All right, it is now 4 p.m., so I'm going to go ahead and get started with you all today. Again, thank you so much for joining this session for course administrators and ending the semester and getting ready to start the new semester. My name is Anna Radchenko, and I'm a training and support representative here at Hawks Learning. Thank you again for being with me today. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started with you all. The first thing that I wanted to go over with you all are some end of semester things that you might want to do as all of your instructors are wrapping up. And the first one is under the reports tab, and then all student scores, which is the main grade report within Hawks Learning. Here you can see at the top right hand, we have an export button, and this is where you as a course administrator can go ahead and export all of the grades for all of your instructors, as well as all of their sections in one fell swoop. You can also, if you wanted, choose specific students, but if at the end of the semester, you just want to make sure you have all of your instructors and their sections, you can go ahead by doing that. You can choose under settings what you would like to be included, such as any deactivated students that maybe dropped this course during the temporary access period that Hawks gave them, or any student details that you want included as well, such as their student ID. You also can go ahead and choose what format you want to export it to. If you are exporting more than 1,000 students at a time, which some of you might be as course administrators, if you are grabbing all instructors and sections, your report will be emailed to you. If you're doing less than 1,000 at a time, you can go ahead and have that downloaded right away to you through the submit button. And so that is exporting grades. And so I'm not going to go ahead and submit that today and unselect it. All right, and now quickly, I am just going to go back to reports and talk to you about one really helpful report that we have called the web test objective. So this is a report that will help you match up those course objectives and outcomes that you have most likely in your syllabus and in your course catalog for your course and the web test that your students took within Hawks. If you don't already have one created, that's fine. You can do that go ahead and do that right at the end of the semester by create and manage web test objective. So first, if you've never created a template or anything, you're going to want to go ahead and create a new objective template and start by creating a new objective. You can go ahead and then name your objective, most likely based on what that objective is standing for. You can decide to share that to your other instructors, or if as the course administrator, you're always going to be doing this. You don't have to, but you can also lock it to prevent instructors from changing that objective so that they can use it, but only you would be able to make any edits to it. You can give that objective any description you would like. And then you can go ahead and choose any of the Hawks web tests that you have created, such as any quizzes, test worksheets, where those objectives are that you want a report pulled on how your students did. So here I went ahead and selected 3 tests. And now I'm going to select this list questions for selected tests. Here I can go ahead and select any of the questions from these tests that meet that objective for me. On the right-hand side, I can click for a sample question of that question in case I can't quite remember what that question is and want to double check that it meets that objective for me. When I'm done, I can go ahead and save this objective and create another one. We have gone ahead and saved that. If those are all the objectives I want to create, I can keep creating them, or when I'm ready, I can go back to my web test objective template, and I can go ahead and give this a name, such as course 2 objectives. If you are teaching more than one course within one product, you can go ahead and create multiple templates so that you have a template per course type within here. Now that I've created my template name, I'm going to go ahead and select those 2 objectives, or I could select all and save those changes. So now these 2 objectives and all the questions that I associated with them are saved and are associated with this objective template. Now I'm going to go to view report because I'm ready to go ahead and pull that report with all of my objectives. So I'll go ahead and select my objective template that I just created with you all. And I'm going to go ahead and set the mastery level for that objective. Per my syllabus, we expect that it'll be about 80%. Again, this is completely up to you what you put it at for your report to see who met those objectives. And then I can go ahead and filter by section, students, or tests. Today, I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 different sections that I would like to see a report of objectives for. I can analyze students who scored this or higher by letter grade, as well as I can choose to have my students either grouped by lesson or by section. When I've made all the decisions that I would like, I can go ahead and use the Analyze button to receive my report based on these objectives. So again, that's just a great way. I know most likely as course administrators, you have a lot of reports that you are handling at the end of a semester. So we like to make it easier for you to pull that from us. And this is just one easy way to do so. Next, I just quickly wanted to talk to you all about archiving the Hawks gradebook. That is found under Tools and then Archive Gradebooks. So again, as a course administrator, you have the ability to archive all of your instructors' gradebooks that are within this gradebook. Automatically, the title of your archive is going to be the date and time that you archived. So you don't have to include that in the archive description, but you can put anything else in, such as end of spring 2021, final grades, or final edits, anything like that. Or if you want to archive more frequently, you could have it as after midterm grades, after final grades, anything like that. Select any of the instructors that you want to archive and then press Archive Gradebook. That's going to archive all of these instructors and their sections. Just like exporting would have exported all of their data for you, this is going to go ahead and save all these student grades in all these instructor sections within Hawks for you. So if you select many instructors at once, it can take a little bit of time to go ahead and archive all of them. So for today, to show you all, I'm just going to go ahead and archive the admin, and I'm going to call it and then I'm going to go ahead and archive that gradebook. And as you can see, it does just take a little bit of time. Again, if you had selected multiple instructors, it will take a little more time. But you can always archive them in batches if you would like. And then I did receive confirmation that it did go ahead and archive. If I go back to that tools menu, right below archive gradebooks is view archived gradebooks. So going to view archived gradebooks, you can see the one we just created, again with that date and time stamp as the name. Who took it? So myself, the admin, did go ahead and take that. And then the description I gave it. I can go ahead and view it at any time from here. And so now that we've gone ahead and gone through some tips of how to end out the semester as a course admin, I would love to show you all how to start setting up your next sections, either for the summer or the fall. So going back to the Tools tab, into Manage Instructors and Sections, you can see as the course admin, I have access to all of my instructors and their sections. If I wanted to go ahead and create a new section based on all of my settings of the section I just taught, I can use our course copy tool for that, our section copy tool. And so I'm going to go ahead, and even though I am the admin who has my master section right here, and if we go ahead and look at it, we can see that I have certain templates assigned to it. And I'm really happy with these. I've already updated them, and now I want to push out this section and all these templates to a few of my instructors. So when I go back to Manage Sections and then back to the instructor list, I'm going to go ahead and choose my other self, Anna Radchenko, to go ahead and push this section out to. And how I'm going to do that is by adding first a new section. I'm going to call it Summer 2021. And now you can see here on the right-hand side, I have the ability to apply the following sections, assignments, and settings to this new section. Since I'm the administrator, I have the ability to pull from any of my instructors and any of their sections to copy to another instructor. Today, I'm going to go ahead and use that admin in the master admin section that I went ahead and already created for this. So you're going to see a pop-up about copying basic section settings, which are those meeting times and start and end dates. I'm going to choose not to copy those over so that my instructor can go ahead and enter their section meeting times and have those start and end dates and decide what time of day they want lessons due. If you want to push all of that out for your instructors as well, and you already had it set up exactly as you wanted for the next semester for that master section, you could go ahead and say yes to that. I generally just choose to say no. As you can see, by choosing that master section, I'm going to go ahead and bring down with it the assignment groups and grading options, all assigned web tests, my master lesson due date template, my master curriculum, my master late penalty, and my master reminder. And then I can also see where I just did not have any templates assigned at all, so nothing will be copied over for those sections. When I am ready, I can go ahead and save those changes. And those will now be applied. All of those templates are now applied to my summer 2021 section. One other thing I did want to mention to you all that was a new update is that within, if I go into this old section here, fall 2020, we did go ahead and under visibility settings, update and add hide from gradebook. If I go ahead and select that, that's automatically going to hide this old fall 2020 section from the rest of the gradebook, meaning it won't be there in the dropdown when I want to look at my all student scores report, so that I'm only seeing my most current sections that I need to check student grades for. and it also won't be under my assignments and lesson due dates or anything else. So that's just a little easier, makes the rest of the gradebook cleaner for me as I go into my new semester. And that will automatically also hide it from students so students can't accidentally enroll in it or transfer to it. And so now that I've gone ahead and hidden an old section, I'll go ahead and save those changes as well. And that is the main things I wanted to share with you all today. So we have plenty of time for any questions and answers. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to put them right in that Q&A for us to go over, or if there's anything you want me to go more in depth in, I am more than happy to. And again, I hope that this was helpful for you all to just see a few of those end of semester items you might want to do as you start cleaning up at the end of the semester and then going into the new semester. But please, if you have any questions at all, go ahead and put those in the Q&A right now. I'm more than happy to go through anything. You're welcome, Charles. Thank you so much for attending. Okay, absolutely. So Michelle asked about managing curriculum. So let me just go back quickly and share my screen for you all here. And we can definitely talk about curriculum. So that was one of those templates that we assigned when I copied over to the new section I created for another instructor. So you would like to go to assignments and then scroll down to curriculum. So here I have my master curriculum set, and I can go ahead and click on my section to see my curriculum. There's a few extra settings here that would then apply to certify. So those are that you can allow students to unsuccessfully attempt certify a certain amount of times before requiring practice. So if I go ahead and select this, I can go ahead and say that my students can attempt certify a certain amount of times before requiring practice. And if they do not master certify within that amount of times, they will then have to go ahead and complete a certain percentage of practice. Again, I can edit this as well. We also have the ability for students to attempt all the remaining questions after achieving mastery and flex mastery. This allows students to retry a missed question with new values instead of receiving a strike. So when they're in certify, if they get a question wrong, they will have the ability to try one new question with all new values, a different iteration of that question. And if they get that iteration correct, they will not receive a strike against their mastery percentage that they are working towards within certify. So those are just a few extra settings that would apply to all of certify. You also have, as you scroll down, you can see all the lesson names, the amount of questions currently on that lesson per Hawks. So we have gone ahead and put some default questions in there for you. You can see the amount of steps. So for example, on lesson 1.5, there are more steps on a few questions than there are questions. So some questions just are multi-step, and you can see the mastery setting. So they're all about 80%, or in this case, 80%, and then the amount of strikes. So the amount of questions a student can get incorrect to still receive that 80% mastery and get credit for certify. You then also have the ability to click on any of these lesson names to open our lesson builder. And from there, you can go ahead and choose which questions you want on that Hawks lesson. So you can remove any of the questions that we've already placed on that lesson and then add any others from the Hawks default curriculum or even any instructor created questions to it. So I hope that that helps, Michelle. Do you have any other questions about that, or are there any other questions? Again, thank you all so much for coming. I know that this is a crazy time of the semester, so we really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, but we do still have more time. So if anyone has any other questions or would like me to go further into anything, I'm more than happy to. Hi, Michelle. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. Hopefully I can clarify this for you a little bit. So the master, if you are the administrator, once you've gone ahead and created a curriculum, so you've just given it that name, you've edited it in any of these lessons as you would like, what you can go ahead and do is you can assign that to the rest of your instructors. So again, under curriculum, you can see that while I have my master curriculum set to me, some of the other instructors currently have a default curriculum. I could go ahead and per instructor set my admin curriculum, master curriculum, or I could per section go ahead and do it, or just blanket for all of my instructors. I could go ahead and choose the admin master curriculum and it would go for all instructors. And then I can save those changes. But again, it's just a master. I'm calling it a master because I've then applied it to a section that I've created just as a course template or a course shell for all of my instructors that I'm going to push out to them through copying over those settings to them. So again, when we went to tools and then manage instructors and sections, I am the admin, but I went ahead and used the course or the section copy tool to go ahead and under summer 2021, copy settings from another section. So from the master admin section over to this section for this instructor for their summer 2021 course. And that came along with that master curriculum, which is just a template that I named that again, because I want all of my instructors to use that. Potentially you will allow your instructors to go ahead and make their own curriculums. But if you want to go ahead and create a template, all you would do is again, go to assignments, down to curriculum. You would select the section such as your course shell that you want to create a curriculum template for, give it a name, make any changes to the settings that you would like, including any of the lessons by opening up Lesson Builder. Save all those changes, and then you would go back to Manage Curricula and go ahead and assign that curriculum to whoever you would like to. I hope that helps to answer that. Are there any other questions? Or again, Michelle, if you have any follow-ups to those, just let me know. We do still have about 5 more minutes, so if you do have any other follow-up questions, just let me know. And again, I wanted to thank you all for being here in this busy part of the semester and coming from all over just to participate in this so that you can better understand and be able to help your instructors. We really appreciate it and really appreciate our course admins and all that you do. We know it's extra work for you all. But again, if you have any questions, I am here for you as your other training and support representatives. But please let me know if you have any questions because we do have a few more minutes. Again, please let me know if you have any more questions, or Michelle, if you had any follow-ups. If that wasn't fully clear for you, please just let me know. Absolutely, Michelle. So I will go ahead and reach out to you after this session to set something up. Thank you so much. Absolutely. There are no other questions. We do just have about 1 more minute. And so again, I just want to thank you all so much for being here and taking the time to be with me today. I do hope that this was helpful for you all. And again, if you have any follow-up questions on what we saw, even if they're not immediate and they come to you later, please just reach out to us. We're more than happy to help you with this. If you want help creating a web test objective report or doing any of these course admin specific things, we're more than happy to meet with you and help you with these. So again, thank you so much for your attendance today, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye, everyone.